Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Hope everybody had an awesome week, that you crushed your goals. I'm popping on here to do our weekly rate update so you know exactly what the rates look like going into the weekend. These are my rates, so these are not rates that you can go to a credit union, go to a bank, and ask for. These are rates that I get by making banks compete every Friday to see who's offering the best rates. I work with over 50 different banks, make them compete with each other, see what they're offering, and then I take the lowest rate and I present it to you here on Fridays. So that's what we're gonna do. Now I had done sent out my feelers, got the rates, and guess what happened? I was waiting until about three. Usually three, they do a reprice. 4 o'clock our time, three uh, or 4 o'clock their time, 3 o'clock our time. Uh, never came. 5 o'clock rolls around. They do the rate drop. So super stoked about that. We did have the mortgage bonds, which affect the rates. We had a great day in the mortgage market today, so we got a little bit of rate relief. We had a lucky day for the rates. So they're looking really good. If you're a realtor partner of mine out there, good luck this weekend. If you have any showings, if you have any open houses, let me know. I'll come out. I'll bring you a little care package. I call it my open house survival kit. If you have any showings and you have people that need pre-approvals, let me know. I can get those popped out for you as quick as 10 minutes. We can have them pre-approved, ready to make that offer. You got to be quick in this market. Things are going fast. So other than that, if you're, I'm trying to add a lot of new people to my Facebook group, to my YouTube stuff. If you're a realtor who hasn't worked with me, check out my Facebook. I'm having closings every week, multiple times a week, closing fast. I'm usually about 20 days to close. So my guarantee is 22 days or less. So we got 22 days or less. If we have a borrower who has a credit score over 640, they are an employee that gets a W-2, and they don't need any gift funds or anything like that. They have the funds they need, the assets that they need in the bank. We can close those hyper fast. I think this week, I had one that clear to close in 7 days. Isn't that amazing? I'm obsessed with pushing myself further. I'm obsessed with excellence. That's my goal. That's what I want. So if you're out there and you want a fast lender, I'm your guy. I'm going to get them to the table, and a super low rate too, because I'm a broker. So awesome things there. And you're supporting a local small business. What could be better than that? Don't support the big banks. Don't support a bank that's based in Oklahoma. Don't support a bank that's nationwide. Support local small businesses. That's the way to go. There's a lot of banks out here getting a lot of realtors business, taking it out of the state. It's going to Missouri. It's going to Oklahoma. It's going to all these others. Going to Texas. Going to East Coast. Going to West Coast. I'm here in Wichita. I'm going to help you out. You're going to keep your dollars here and help and support a local small business. We help each other out. So that's kind of my spiel. These are not rates that you can go to a credit union banking demand. These are rates that I get. And I give the rate and the APR just to stay in compliance. The APR really only matters for the first year. That's when the fees for a mortgage are front loaded. They're all at closing. You pay and here's another thing. All lenders call it something different. And so it basically is the cost for you to get your rate. It doesn't go to your loan officer. It doesn't go to necessarily to your broker if you're working with a broker. If you're working with a bank, it will go to the bank, but there's several different names for it. Some of them call it underwriter fee. Some of them call it a origination fee. There's all kinds of different names for it. It's the same thing. It's the cost for you to get your rate and lock it into a 30-day, whatever, 45-day, 60-day, whatever it is. It's the cost. And they call it different things, a million different things. It's always going to be there. It's not going to be not on your LE if it's on there, because nobody's working for free. So it's going to be in some form. It's at the very top. They can call it whatever they want. It's the same thing. It's the cost for you to get that rate. Okay. So just wanted to clarify that, because there's some semantics that go on sometimes. People are like, oh, well, I don't have an origination fee. Oh, I don't have an underwriting fee. Oh, I don't have a processing fee. They call it different things. Some of them have one line and they call it one thing. Some of them have 3 lines, they call it one thing. At the end of the day, you need to look at the total cost and compare it to the other total cost. That's the only thing that matters when it comes to APR. So that's my spiel. Probably more information than you wanted, but I wanted to make sure you got that. Cool thing, a thing that's plagued brokers for many, 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 many years, decades, and beyond is that we couldn't pick our own appraisers, not necessarily appraisers, but we couldn't pick our own appraisal panel. That's no longer the case. My company is a hybrid company, so we have the capability of brokering and we have the capability of doing some cool things. Okay, so we can go directly to the lender or we can broker. So by doing that, we can actually form what's called a custom appraisal panel. Okay, and what we do is we have our own appraisal panel of 10 to 12 different appraisers that we work with. We're not hand selecting like who it goes to per transaction. It's like, hey, we want you. We have a panel. It's no different than a bank would do. We have a panel of 10 to 12 appraisers that we work with, and these are the professionals in our industry. They're fast, they're professional, they know the valuations. So if there's somebody who's slower than molasses, we get them off our panel. If there's someone who's on a vendetta to reevaluate all of Kansas, we get them off our panel. We want people who are professionals, who know how to value properties correctly, and are super fast, because our whole company is committed to speed. We want to speed. The process shouldn't take 30, 45 minutes. It should be able to be done in 22 days or less. Okay. There's other companies out there who promise crazy, like 10 days or less, or someone sees that we do 22 and so they don't want to do 21 in days or less. Okay. 22 days or less. And if I give that guarantee, I haven't once had to come forth and pay up on that guarantee. So what do I do in that case? I give a lender credit of $1,000 if we can't do the 22 days or less, and it's our fault. If it's the appraiser's fault, if it's the realtor's fault, if it's the borrower's fault, anything like that, we're not on the hook for it. If it's our fault, 22 days or less, if it's our fault, if we go over that, I'll give you a lender credit of $1,000. So, oh wow, I kind of went on a wild tangent, but there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to clear up out there, because there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. There's a lot of people reaching out on Zillow and getting told some stuff, and then just wildness going out there. If you talk to somebody, anybody, a realtor, a loan officer, and they don't urge you to shop around to try to get the lowest interest rate, to get the best deal for you and your family, then they're probably not on your side completely. Okay. There's a lot of agents who maybe do that. I'm always going to urge you, shop around. Now, as a broker, I can make it easy for you because I shop around for you for over 50 different lenders. But I'm always going to also tell you, hey, shop around. Hey, shop me if you want. I want you to get the best deal. I've given deals to other loan officers because they had better deal. No harm in the game. There's plenty of business for everybody. Shop around, get your best deal for you and your family. At the end of the day, the loan officer might be a great person. Go out and golf with the person. They're a great individual. The realtor, a great person, family friend or whatever. It's not always the best to work with someone like that. Because what happens if sometimes there's trouble in our industry. Sometimes things pop up. Do you want to really damage that relationship over that? Some things to think about. So let's get to these rates. They're looking good. We got an awesome rate relief for St. Patty's Day. So without further ado, conventional 6.625 with an APR of 6.914. That's a drop of a quarter. FHA 5.75 with an APR of 6.761. That's about a third of a percent drop. VA is at 5.75 with an APR of 5.960. That's a quarter. USDA is at 5.75 with an APR of 6.195. So everything's down. Conventional VA USDA is down 0.25%, while FHA is down 0.75%. It's a great drop for St. Patty's Day. Everybody have a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day weekend. If you do choose to consume alcohol, don't drive. Call an Uber. They're pretty cheap. I mean, it's cheaper than DUI, cheaper than, losing your life. But yeah, that's what I got for you. Rates are looking really good. Have a good weekend. I'll see you on the other side.